Welcome to Click My Project. Title is Cluster Ensemble Selection based on Relative Validity Index. Abstract. A cluster is the collections of the objects which are similar between them and are dissimilar to the objects belongs to other clusters. Cluster ensemble means collections of individual solutions. Relative validity index are used to evaluate the quality of clusters. Clusters ensemble selection based on the subset of data partition. The goal of clustering is the discovery of meaningful and consistent cluster structure for a given collections of data object. The overproduction of cluster is the in base partition as method to enhance the diversity in ensemble, to increase the cluster performance, to produce the high quality data partition. A typical cluster ensemble technique initialize produces a larger set of base clustering solution and then combines these solution into consistent clustering solution. Clustering algorithm aim to partinizing a data set by looking for a finite collections of cluster according to similarity between its objects. Such a clusters are supposed to describe the underlying structure of the data. Data flow diagram. Server side. Data collection, data extraction. Data collection is nothing but collecting the data set from the server side. After that, pre-processing the data. Pre-processing is nothing but removing the unwanted data. After that, go for the k-mean clustering. K-mean clustering using the k-mean algorithm. K-mean algorithm is nothing but identifying the mean value for the data. After that, implementing the evidence algorithm to retrieve the set of base partition. After that, go for the cluster ensemble structure. Clustering is nothing but identifying some similar groups of the data, similarities of the data, and split out the data. After that, clustering ensemble, go for the implementing the retriever validations index algorithm to retrieve the final partition. Start the NetBeans, then go for the cluster ensembling structure. The background process is loading. After the background process is loading, then go for the project. Start the home frame and run the file. Enter the project. Select the data set. Dataset get open. Loaded the dataset. View the dataset. Next, raw data. The raw data is shown here. Pre-processing these data, the symbols are converted and learned. Then the pre-processing successfully get finished. Then pre-processed data set is shown here. Then go for next, k-mean algorithm. Applying the k-mean algorithm, the background process is going on. Here the came in cluster get finished. Then view the clusters. The cluster pods divided into 10. Then go for the next cluster. Go for the clusters. Just open. Save it. Datas are selected. Loaded the datas. Datas are loaded. Then go for the next cluster in the comparison part. Go for the cluster. Select the S1 text. Open. Compare these vector data sets. The datas are calculated. Then compare the S2. Calculate. Vector data sets are calculated. S3 calculated. S4 calculate. S5. Like this, calculate everyone and go for next. Calculate the vector similarities for these all. It is calculated. Then going to display these things. It will display it in here. Then go for next. Cluster 1. Ensemble this. It ensembled and displays the cluster 1 items and cluster 2 items like this. Go for next. Cluster 1 have these of the files. Go for the next. Calculate. Display the items. Go for the next. Calculate the mean relative index. View this MRI values. After using this MRI values, go for the next relative index cluster. Calculating. Displaying the consistent patterns. Go for the next. View this clusters. Calculating. View the index and displaying the new cluster values. Graph. Finally the graph is